Hello, Western Hero Tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Fire Emblem 6, The Binding Blade, with me, Bluanculo. Roy can hardly believe Laulam's account. He quickly pens a letter to Cecilia to let her know of the horrors on the Isles. He also tells her of the actions he plans to take from this point. After sending the letter, Roy moves towards the Eliwood mine. His goal is to rescue the people suffering from forced labor. Etrurier has assigned Bishop Orlo of the St. Alamine Church to supervise this mine. It was already a fruitful endeavor, but the noble's greed is unsatiable. Eliwood, known now as the Mine of Death. The wails of the people forced into labor echo through the mines, like the howling of ghosts, never sleeping. Sounds like a great place. So this is a very large map. And we're gonna have to take a little bit of time to set up our units again here. I don't think I need to worry about this Worm Slayer just right now. It says good against wyverns, but honestly, because you have weapon disadvantage, good-ish. What else are we gonna move over quick? Oh, Sword Reaver. Give that away for now, until we get someone who's really good with axes. Gotta make sure I unequip the Killing Edge from Rutger so I don't waste it. Deke probably needs a new iron sword. There we go. You know, I should probably just sell that one. Remember I was telling you guys there's an armory here? Well, okay. You can buy stuff, and you can sell from your inventory, so you have to move. It's kind of annoying to sell stuff. So like I'd have to take the broken sword out, and then trade with Deke to the armory, and then sell the busted one. So it's kind of, it's a little bit, well, it could be better, basically. Okay, Alan will need a new iron sword if I want to keep using him, and I do. Lilina definitely needs some more fire. I'm actually gonna give her 2. She keeps running out. Loof can just have the other extra fire. We got Sue here. Out of iron bows. Oh, but I'm not sure about Sue if I'm gonna keep her. I'll have to talk about some more character management here today. Boars. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna use Lot. Like 95% sure. Chad will still want to come on a couple missions for stealing, although I don't think he's got specifically long-term viability unless there's something to steal or open doors. And then we need to talk a little bit about our axe guys and Shin specifically. Okay, so just have a quick look at the map just so you guys can see what's coming up. This is a pretty large area. There's lots of shops, so we can probably get some cool stuff, and an arena, which gives me an opportunity here. There's also some caves, if I can get my fat gamepad to work, that might have some enemies spawning from them. Lots of villages. I think we have to save a couple. There's our boss, Orlo, the bishop. So this is probably the highest level enemy we've had to fight yet, a promoted level 8. Lots of resistance, so I doubt even Lilina is going to do very much damage to him. And our first sort of light magic. On the other hand, she does have weapon advantage? Yeah, Lilina and Luf would have weapon advantage. And hopefully enough resistance to not be in any big trouble. I don't think he'll be as much trouble as the previous couple bosses were, but we'll see. Lots of axe guys, as always. Let's do a quick check. This is the archer you gotta watch out for, killer bow. Longbows, actually that's good to remember as well. They're not particularly dangerous, and you can see from this screen that they've got the range 3 bows, so they're not too hard to miss. But you do have to watch out for Shanna. So a couple longbows, another halberd. Hasn't been a huge problem so far. Is that everybody? There's going to be some reinforcements then, no doubt. So one killer bow is the sneaky one. A couple longbows and a halberd is a little bit sneaky. But nothing too much to worry about. Okay, good. Now, one more time. I just want to show you this. So I've been sort of working on it a little bit more in depth, trying to plan out my potential team. And certain characters forced me to revisit and change some of my links. So like Roy can be friends with almost anyone. And if you're really, like I was thinking about it in the macro side, like the big picture, you actually want support from people with similar movement ranges. So like Lance and Alan both can move 7 tiles. It's really good for them to be buddies. Clarine similarly makes a good friend. We know Rutger needs friends for a different reason to get his luck higher, so that's a little bit more specific. And then I was looking at like Shani versus her sister, Pegasus, trying to figure out which Pegasus Knight I want to bring. And I was looking at it for Thani, and she's not that great for supports. If I do keep Shani, I can make her friends with Deke and Roy, which are both characters I plan to use. And I believe Roy makes a really good match for Shani, actually. Wind plus fire is damage plus damage, which is what she needs. Whereas Shani plus a lot of other people, like Thunder, don't give her the power bonus. And she really, like, her biggest weakness is maybe defense and damage. So if I can upgrade those with Shani, that's really good. I'm still not sure if there's a question mark. This is like, I'm really not sure about Boars. Like, he's very sturdy. And he does get the option to use an axe once he's promoted, but slow movement is just killer for me. And then Gonzalez, there's just not a lot of people he can be friends with. And I think Lelina she works best with speed, really, and you can't get speed from support. Hit rate wouldn't be bad. Her skill is a little bit low, but she gets natural hit rate from light. Thunder is not a hit rate one, so it's kind of a weak matchup for her. She doesn't need the damage per se, she just needs to hit stuff. So Boars does make a better combo if I bring him. And Roy with fire is a good combo. Like, that's a really good combo for both of them. So anyway, Gonzalez is, we saw him last episode. He's just a brigand that turns into a berserker, which makes him really good with an axe. Just to demonstrate here why I'm probably not going to bring him, although I wasn't sure, is he is your standard all-strength, HP, and speed axe guy. And although I was reading up, a lot of people really love this guy, and especially once he's promoted, he's perhaps one of the highest damage outputters in the game. I just don't trust his low accuracy, and I don't really want someone who can do 50 damage with a double attack or something, but only has like a 50-50 chance of hitting. I figure that's a lot worse in my mind, even though it has the potential for him to just destroy enemy units, particularly enemy lances, because you get a bonus to aim. And he's got a really good con and stuff, but I don't really like him. Also, I think he looks like a goofball. On the other hand, we have Geese, who's also an axe guy, but he has really balanced stats. Like, he's got the most balanced stats of a pure axe guy I've ever seen. So he will actually be able to hit things. So he's kind of like Dart, I think. Well, Dart wasn't that balanced, actually, to be honest. Geese is, like, really balanced. So I'm thinking probably going to try Geese as our axe guy. So instead of Gonzalez and instead of Wade or Lot, I will try Geese. And if you look at his chart here, Geese doesn't have a lot of support options, so I'm going to get him some levels up, see how he does. Lalum is that dancer we just found, and her supports aren't that important because she doesn't really fight. But if she can boost up Geese a little bit, that'll sort of that'll give us some symmetry, or whatever the word is. You know, makes them better. Percival we don't have yet. He's going to join later. I'm not sure about him. If I do bring him, he can be friends with Lalum. Okay, so that covers that section of the map. Like I said, I'm not sure about the 2 Pegasus Knights who I want to bring. Most of the people with stars are basically guaranteed at this point, Except for if I put a question mark, because I'm like, I don't know. I was trying to count up to make sure I didn't have more than 15 or 16. So then I rearranged this magic section a lot, because like I said before, I really wanted to bring some with light magic. And although Saul is, like, maybe a better bishop, in fact, if we look at his stats right now... sorry. To change my scene first. So if we compare Saul to Ellen, she's quite a lot lower level right now, to be fair. Saul is considerably more sturdy. He gets some defense at least, and more HP growth than her, so he's like better able to take a hit. I believe Ellen should get better magic stat though, hopefully, than Saul. Like, he's kind of a little bit more defensive healer and mage, which is good. But Ellen is more luck and speed kind of thing, and he's got almost no luck. So if I had someone with no luck, again, I have to try to cover that with supports and stuff, or else a random anima mage will just wipe him out in one crit. So that's kind of his downside. So I was like, well, Ellen's the one with the better supports, and her stats aren't great, but I'm hoping she can turn out, because I'd like to have a light magic user. So with Ellen, then I had to rearrange some of my supports here, because I had to find someone like Loof who gave her good stats, and she needed damage, so I had to find someone that would help boost her damage a little bit. You can't get, like, resistance from supports, so, but yeah, Wind plus Fire is another one of those damage ups. It also gives her hit rate in case her skill is low, and crit percent, which is also quite nice. And you do get some evade and crit evade, but she should be... Both of them are very fast, so speed is not their weakness anyway. So other than that, like, and these two are good because they've got the same movement range. Ray I want to bring because he's the only dark user, and he can be friends with Loof. I would have liked to make him friends with Ellen or something like that as well, but that was not an option. Because Melody is our Wyvern Rider, it's not a very good matchup in terms of movement ranges and stuff. But, you know, I only had so many choices. And then Chad, again, we're not going to be using necessarily, but he can be friends with Ray if they're on the same map ever. And then finally, like, I was thinking about it, and in the perfect world, I would like to bring an archer, and I was trying to figure out where the archers work out. But they have, like, in my opinion, really bad support options, all four of these base archers. From what I read, apparently Shin's stats should be a little better than Sue's. He just starts a little lower level than her. And the good thing about Shin is he does have a support with another awesome unit we don't have yet. He joins fairly late. And that gives us a link into the rest of the group. So Melody and Zeiss, both being Wyvern Riders. If I bring a double Wyvern Rider, they will be a good support for each other. Technically, he's even got a link to Ellen if we wanted. But I can use then Shin to get a little bit of archery. I want, like, someone that uses archery, and then I've got a lot of flyers actually. But anyway, this brings us to 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we won't count Chad for the base. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And I think you're supposed to aim for around 16 tops. So it could be 15, 16, could be 15, 16. I might switch out my Pegasus Knight. I could pull Shani out completely if she turns out terrible. But at least this way I've got most of all of the classes. We're only missing the Sniper and I guess a fighter, like because you can get warriors that get bows and axes at the same time. But that's pretty good, right? That's pretty good. Anyway, let's get back to the game. Let's pick out my my team for this mission. So the trick is on this map, because the reason I had to decide this before today's episode was because there's an arena. I have the opportunity. I don't like, you know, arena abuse, but I have the opportunity to catch some people up that are maybe a little bit lower level that I want to now try. So, like, I can switch, if I was thinking about it, like, this would be a good time to get Fear caught up, if you wanted to use Fear. I don't think I do. She's a weaker Rutger, and Rutger's fine. We could also train up Oger. He's also probably pretty good, but, or Wendy if you wanted to use her, like, any of your, like, level 1, 2, 3 characters here is a reasonable chance, if you're careful, that you can use the arena leveling to catch them up. The downside is you have to be very careful they don't die, or you have to reload the map, and it's sort of, like, some people might consider it abuse. My goal is, like, whatever the average level of the party is, like, if we're around level 13, 14 on average, or something like that, that's all I'm going to do, is get, say if I do bring Shin here, which is kind of my plan, I'll just try to get him to level maybe 12 or 13, just to catch him up with the group. I don't want him to surpass, I don't want everyone level 20 or anything. So, what that means is we're cutting Sue, we're probably bringing Shin, I'd like to bring Geese as well. I know I used Boars last time, and he was okay. I could temporarily pull out someone that's a high level and switch. Like, Loof is pretty high. Well, both Lilina and Loof are pretty high. They're pretty high. I don't think Loof is going to be strong enough to use on the boss because his magic stat's too low. So maybe I'll just bring one mage for this map, and that way I can keep bringing Boars a little bit longer, and I can bring in Geese. And that sort of finishes up my my start. So anyway, Geese then needs some axes. Should give him at least a hand axe, iron axe, and a steel axe for a good variety. Oh, no, there's no armored units, but he'd be a good hammer user as well. Also, killer axe later on, for sure. Shin, well, seeing as I'm probably not going to use Sue, well, I'm going to, like, my logic here is I'm going to see if I get Shin to level 13, I can kind of compare to see how he's doing it compared to Sue. She seems to have really good stats, but Shin probably will get more strength, you know, with like 8 level ups, right? You can get 1 or 2 strength points. As long as his skill and speed are similar, he already has more defense. He's probably the better nomad, and in that case, he's probably the best archer in the game. So I would like to bring one archer, and I think he's going to be our guy, even though it took me a while to get there. So let's make sure he's got at least the basics, like the longbow for emergencies. I'll give him, he's probably going to be on the battlefield for quite a while if he's in the arena, so give him an extra iron bow. Although, I don't think the arena uses durability, but you never know for sure. Alright, and then that's fine, so we're just bringing one mage, double cav, a double healer, which is... Actually, if we're going to be doing arena fighting at all, we're going to need more healing than normal. So what we could do here is send her to the armory. I don't have enough money. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a shop on the map that lets us buy heal staff, probably. Alright. I think that's all for now. Let's, Oh yeah, by the way, kind of forgot about that. By the way, could give the light brand to somebody. It does magic damage. It has a range of 2, which is pretty cool. I think there's something about the light brand doing like half damage at 2 range or something. I forget specifically. We'll test it out at some point once we need it. But yeah, Roy will keep trying to level up. Yeah, so the thing I was going to talk about, one last little thing, is we do have some items that we could use for permanent stat ups. So, like, if you really want to use Rutger, and maybe you didn't get him the supports that I was talking about to give him critical defense, you could give someone a little bit of bonus luck. And I would recommend using these to fill in weaker stats rather than someone who's really good at luck, because if someone's really good at luck, they have a good chance of just hitting their luck maximum anyway, and this is just wasted in that situation. HP is pretty good. Like, if I do keep Ellen, I might have to give her the Angelic Robe. There should be a defense item at some point if we find it. Promotion items. And stuff to sell. I need to get rid of these vulneraries. Yeah, because we've only got... Actually, okay, hold on. A little bit of management here, just quick. If I am buying stuff on this map, I've only got 14 stock left. Oops. Shoot. I'd like to hold on to the elixirs for emergencies, but, so yeah, like, the trouble is, if they have really good stuff, like, let's say they sell, oh, I don't know, killer swords or something, which would be kind of crazy. Right now I can only send so many to Merlinus in the stockade, because he's only got room for, like, 15 things, right? So this is what you have to do to clear up inventory, generally. Well, this or just permanently leaving some of these items in your backup slots. So if I'm not going to use Jarrett, I could just have him carry some junk for us. That's what we ended up having to do in Fire Emblem 7 as well. Oops. We're not getting rid of the lockpicks, though. Alright, so vulneraries, as much as I do think they're useful, we can buy more if I ever change my mind, basically. And they're just sort of wasting slots right now. Alright, should I try to make up a little bit more space here? What could be moved? We don't have a lot of magic sitting around. Got 2 killer bows. Got lots of axes. It's good before we go shopping to have an idea. Like, I've got lots of axes. Tons of axes, really. I've got a lot of iron lances. Might want a couple more steel lances. Once we can use these, those are really good. Lots of javelins and stuff. So I'm a little bit low on swords. Not too bad. A little bit low. I've got, like, I could use a couple steel lances, maybe a couple steel swords. Otherwise, all we really need is maybe a bow or 2 and magic. Magic's what we have nothing of. We need heal, fire, light if we can find it, dark if we can find it. Okay. Again, sorry for the slow intro, but, like, you know, we gotta do this stuff every now and then. Gotta plan it out. Alright, fight it out now. Now, I have read that this is a potentially difficult battle. Oh, I should have rearranged my character's starting locations. So these guys are looking for Guinevere. Captain Milady. Probably just Melody, but... No one tells anybody anything in this world. Uh-huh. Unpleasant reinforcements. But everyone in Fire Emblem is terrible, so of course. Oh dear! Yeah, screw Etruria! To battle! Alright, so, if you've never played a Fire Emblem, these, dancer types are... I think, honestly, they're kind of underrated a lot of the times. They are fragile, and the enemy likes to murder them, so don't get me wrong, you have to be careful. But they can give anyone in your team an extra action once they've taken their turn. Whether it's attacked, or healed, or whatever. This is like, gives you an extra turn. So, although Lalum on her own will seem very, very weak, she's adds a ton of value to your force. Because, like, maybe you need Boars to catch up to block a choke point, but he doesn't have enough movement. If you can get him halfway there, maybe Lalum can dance him the rest of the way, and then he could make it to the choke point. Or if someone's gonna die and you need a healer to heal them, but the healer can't quite get there. Or 2 people need to be healed. You can heal one, dance, heal the other, you know. So stuff like that, there's a lot of good uses for dancers, and I generally feel like experienced Fire Emblem players always bring a dancer, even though they seem like a waste of a slot. But, you know, maybe some games they're worse than others, I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, so we've got a wall over here we could bust. That would get us to Orlo really quickly. There's also a wall we can bust way down there. We can go this route. We can go through the middle. We need to be careful with the longbow archers. Steel bow. Now, there's so many villages here. I'm just gonna double check. I know there's some directions here that are kind of important. I need to get to the southeast of the map fairly quickly, according to my guide, with Roy or Clarine specifically, and Lalum as well. So the bandits will try to pillage the northeast and southeast villages. So those are the villages you need to protect, northeast and southeast, and you need to get. You need to recruit some people. Okay, I just want to have a bit of an idea where to go first. That's all. So northeast and southeast. I assume it's these villages right by the boss. That might be why you could rush to that wall. And then southeast would be probably this one. So right by the caves. Like, we've got a long way to go to get there. If there's a rush, like there's not a lot of turns. So we'll see if we can do it. You're just a steel bow. Yeah, this guy's gonna be a problem. Like, I could rush to here, but man, do we need to be careful. I was reading through the guide for this one a little bit, and they did say drop someone over here to destroy the wall, and just hope that it doesn't get a crit. I am not a fan of that kind of strategy. A 1 in 3 chance of being, well, I guess he only does 18 damage. So, like, if I put someone like Boars in front of the... If he was taking the bow, he'll take 6 damage times 3 now, as long as it's not doubled. Oh no, definitely not doubled. So yeah, he would take, like, at most 18 damage, so I just need a healer nearby and he'd be okay. And then he could hold that choke point for a little while. Well, sort of. There's a lot of axe guys that do a lot of damage. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be tricky however we do it. So 9 damage, or 9 defense, 18 minus 9 is 9, times 3 is 27. Deke could take 1 archer shot. Geese, I think, will be quite defensive later on. Nobody else really has a whole lot of defense. Shanna honestly looks like she's got pretty good stats, to me, at level 12. Honestly, even 7 defense is pretty good. Like, it's almost as much as the Cav. In fact, it's just as much as Lance. Either Lance is bad, or she is really getting good level ups overall. Alright, I'm still not sure. We're gonna move Boars up. I should have redeployed, probably, honestly, but, it's fine. So we can use Shin to get him up there quicker. I'm gonna send Deke as well. I'm gonna send Clarine as well, because they're fast. I'm gonna send Rutger. What do I need on this? I do need someone who can handle... No, Lance and his bros will be okay for the axe guys. I'm gonna send Rutger this way. I think that'll be enough. Mostly axe guys, just need to be able to heal. Alright, then we're gonna send, I'm probably doing this map all wrong, and I'll have to restart it, but we'll see. I'll send the rest of the team south. I should write down the people I need to, stand by each other. I guess it's, also, you want Lalum to dance every turn, so she keeps getting experience, just like, your healers. Yeah, I need to start working to get people friends with each other, right? Well, I know, I'm planning on Lilina and Roy anyway, so there we go. I mean, their fathers are both, heroes from Fire Emblem 7, so it sort of makes sense. Oh good, Milady! Looks like there's a little descent in the ranks. Ooh. Challenge him to single combat. Trial by combat. Narcian seemed particularly scummy, though. So they have some nobility style soldiers in Bird, even though most of them seem a little bit crazy. Alright, the enemy are moving around a lot. So this guy is certainly going to try to take pot shots at us as we go by. So far so good though. I guess we should deal with Mr. Fighter here. Who wants to take it? 1, 2, 3. So we could actually use Lance from this side and still get the bonus. The support bonus from Alan. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Gotta do a little bit of mental math here and there to make sure everything's safe. And is anyone... I guess I should try to let Geese get XP. I mean, look at that. That's not bad. 14 damage times 2, 80% hit rate on a no bonus to hit rate type attack. That's not terrible. Oh, I forgot about that. I don't know. I think Geese has a good chance. I should show you the dance once or twice at least. We'll probably turn that off as well, long term, but for now. Alright, so Axe guys, also a mage. Alright, if you want to attack Roy, that should be fine. No one's taken any damage yet. Lilina and Roy are hanging out here behind the house. Ellen is supposed to be making friends with, like, Loof. Loof's not even in the match. So yeah, okay. Oh, and Shan is supposed to be making friends with Roy. It just takes me a while to remember everybody, and then once I get it set up, it won't be too bad. So this is a fancy dance. It's even got a heart! And she's got her own music. I did hear that Lalum actually has her own custom battle music too if she gets attacked. One of the reasons I figure I might want to bring her is apparently the devs were definitely planning on her being important, right? I just want Lance and Alan to finish the turn together. Now this is the more sketchy part of town for sure. Could have put... Oh, you know what? I should I'm just trying to decide if I want to drop Boars right now, because if I had dropped him where Deke is, 1, 2, 3, 4, he could have blocked that up. Then, on the other hand, he actually is not going to do very well against the mage. This is gonna be difficult. This might be the wrong play, but I don't know. Oh, I suppose, if this guy wants to fight with, Shin, that might not be the worst. I probably should have switched his weapon, but that might be okay. And if we could kill one of them from afar first, that'd probably be smart. Before the killer bow gets there. Yeah, using your archers to kill enemy archers is acceptable, I would say. Alright, that mage is coming right at us. And I don't really have a good mage killer other than maybe Shin. To be honest, Shin here isn't looking super hot. Just for his current stats. The good thing about longbows is they're not really that strong, so you don't have to worry about them too much. Okay, so this is like the first time in the game I've wished I had more ranged, actually. Maybe I should have sent Lilina up this way. Well, the one with the iron bow, double attack, both would need to hit. But it's the same accuracy as the short bow, honestly. The short bow just gives us 1 less damage for 10 more crit. It's kind of a balance. So I'm thinking, put boars up here out of range of the mage for now. We really need to be careful about this guy with the killer bow. I need to heal up. Can anyone else hit Shin? Probably no. Okay. So if we heal up Shin, hopefully he'll be able to deal with this enemy archer. And then at least we've got one of them down. I'll use the iron bow. No, I'll use the short bow because the crit, even though it's only 9%, would be quite useful. And the damage didn't really matter. Come on, Shin. Yeah, he even got a crit. On the second attack, of course. Alright, let's see these amazing growths. 3 stats, you know, it's a good start. It's not much, but keep that up, and if you kept getting 3 or 4 stats per level up, you'd definitely end up very strong. Okay, let's just move over a little bit. If the archer wants to attack Deke in the woods, that'd be fine. Because that's the only people he can attack, is boars, who he won't really do any damage to, or Deke. And he did like 2 damage to boars. Okay, that side's fine. This side, gotta be careful. Somebody has a halberd, right? Or that's the guy way down here. So that's actually clever. Like, if you try to send your cav this way to be speedy, he's here to sort of block them and crush them with his halberd. That's a good trick. Alright. Try geese? Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, even Geese, who's our accurate axe guy, is still missing sometimes. This is why I don't think I could trust the other axe guys. And he's and like, you know. Well, I'm thinking we should probably play it a little bit defensive here. Make a bit of a choke point. Let them come to us. Probably. Well, I could, if Lilina could kill this guy on her own, we could pull her out. She's not quite fast enough, unfortunately. It's a lot easier to pull people out now we've got Lalum, though. $10 damage, maybe Steel Sword? Not fast enough. How about Shanna? Well, Shanna's the rescuer, though. One of the rescuers. I couldn't leave her here safely. Yeah, not great odds of killing, unfortunately. I've got 2 people that could technically rescue if I had to. I don't want to leave anyone in range of the archer if I don't have to. Alright, we're gonna start with Shanna, because she's... Well, she's not gonna take too much damage from the mage. And she missed. Of course she missed! Double miss! Shanna! That's pretty rough. So I was kind of expecting that we were going to be able to kill this mage, but with a double miss, I'm not too sure. We still need 2 people to attack it to kill it, and that was... I figured for sure Shanna would hit once. Alright. Oh, this isn't great. Now, Alan can be hit twice. And it's not great at all. I guess I should have figured that 68% would miss twice. Should have just known, right? I guess I could have checked the geese. He might be... It's not fast enough yet. I'm gonna put Roy here. Like, we haven't taken any damage or anything. We're fine. It's just... You know how it is. If you let too many enemies have a turn, they could potentially get lucky. I don't think the Shaman can do more than 19 damage. Or more than 18. Alright. At least we dodged the one. If they both hit, though, I was going to be pretty upset. Alright, you went after the Deke in the woods. And you got deked. Okay, so now, for real, we need to kill these guys. Why don't we... Yeah, Lilina's looking a little bit better here because she gets her support bonus. So we'll open with that. And I'm thinking try to let Geese get the kill. Unfortunate hit there, but it should be okay. Or... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can let Geese try to kill that guy. I'd like Shanna to finish off... Oh, wait. Yeah, that's fine. Always gotta watch out for those. So yeah, she needs 9 damage. Surely she won't miss twice at 83. Thank you, Shanna. Alright, so Lilina could use a heal. Lance could use a heal, or Alan could use a heal. I do think Lance is going to be one of our stronger characters. I know his stats aren't terribly impressive right now, but because of his high mobility and good weapon selection, I do think he's going to turn out... I think he's on the right path. Alright. Let's just keep everyone out of range of the archer for now. Let's see if Geese can finish this guy. Excellent. Get those free levels. Oh, skill and speed on an axe guy. Look at all those 10s! This is why we're keeping him around. Oh, you're not quite fast enough. That's why I like Clarine a little bit better than Ellen. Well, this is the situation where what you can do is move Ellen first. Well, you can also just heal Lilina. Actually, here's an even better idea. Okay, go like this. I gotta remember all of my tricks for bringing dancers again. But this is definitely the trick right here. Instead of splitting it up over a couple turns, just get everyone healed up right now. One healer, double the fun. Told you guys, dancers are really good once you start getting used to them. Alright, now for the interesting side of things. So we might need to kill this longbow user before we get too far onto this wall. I'm pretty confident Shin will be able to kill him in a few turns. The trouble is, what he could do now... Should have healed up first, actually. Well, I was pretty sure he wouldn't do enough damage. I didn't double check. But what might happen is he might now move back a square out of range and hit Shin again while he can't counter. And then we'd have to move back, you know, yada yada, on and on. Now, you can't double attack walls if I remember correctly. You might as well just use your highest damage if you want to go quick, right? It's kind of a waste of the weapon, but kind of in a rush. Now, I would have preferred Deke there, but like I said before, I really need to be careful about this killer bow. Just gonna move Deke over. This way, Clarine is healing from relative safety, and if the longbow decides to go after Clarine, she probably will dodge. Alright, so the Rutger, still making friends with all these people anyway. Alright. Oh, I didn't count on that. Oh, come on, don't... I thought Shanna was out of range. Damn. So there's a chance that there's got like a hand axe that could throw at Shanna. Yeah, come on, 29 dodge. Whew. Okay, that was my mistake. I should have used someone to rescue her and pull her back. I definitely messed that up. Well, here we go with the killer bow. Fun begins. And so the longbow guy did exactly what I was worried about. And now that wall is going to be so hard to get through. Let's try to do one more turn and then we'll call this an episode, assuming no one dies. I'm a little bit worried. So, the problem is, why is my, come on. Wireless gamepad 1 inch from the... I'm never buying a wireless gamepad again, guys. Ever. Not one more time. Fresh new batteries, less than like 6 inches away from the receiver, still doesn't work. Ugh. So what do we do? Again, like when why would you do that? We could try to destroy the wall from range. That will take a long time. There's not much else we can do, though, right? Like, I can't leave anyone like Shin on this line, or else the killer bull will kill him. We could have Boars stay there for a little while, but we'll have to pull him back to be healed before too long. Technically, we could use the longbow, but we want to do damage here. I have to keep Boars above 18 HP, I believe, is the number. Let's switch these guys up here. Make sure we heal up. I actually still want to keep Clarine in the forest, though. Just for longbow. Alright, well... this is either going to take forever or fail horribly. This side, I think we got hit. What was the odds even here? We got hit by 31% and it did a ton of damage. Well, I guess I took a bit of a gamble there with Shanna. Well, Alina's got her back at least. Clearly. Good level up. Very happy with that. Now, archers everywhere. Well, Roy can't move very far, so he should probably go after this guy. Or at least start. Yeah, you can see the big difference in attack speed, because Roy just doesn't have a whole lot of con. He loses a lot of speed switching to the steel sword. You could try the slim sword and hope for a crit, but I think 24 damage will be enough. Alright, now Alan is kind of far out of the way as well. I wonder if you're fast enough to kill one of these archers. Maybe? Not fast enough with the steel axe. Oh, and this is a longbow archer, so extra scary. I wonder, like, this is not safe right now, but I wonder... 10 damage... Oh, that's just 1 damage shy and not enough accuracy. What about... Like, could you just wipe this guy out on your own, maybe? No. Hit rate is really bad. Oh, he's in the forest, right? Yeah. Alright, we're gonna have to be a little bit careful here. As always, but... So... Alan can't really do a whole lot. Well, you could support with Roy, but we're not gonna do that. 51%. Yeah, I'm gonna try it just because he's got no one else he can really attack. So you know, we took a bit of a gamble there. I think we just have to pull Shanna back and heal her. There's really no... There's no safe place for her unless we could kill that longbow user, and I don't see that happening. Good enough. I'll take the magic. Alright, so this time we're going to use Dance on Roy to finish off his axe guy. There's too many units alive down here, I'm getting a little bit concerned. So we gotta at least get rid of this hand axe. I would like to kill one more to feel safe. Because you know, if they manage to get an attack in, they do a ton of damage. That's a good level up for Roy. Definitely not a bad level up for Roy. Alright. So we got 2 guys. Lance is good with swords. He needs to not get hit by that 17% though, or else he's going to be in some trouble. Alright, good job. Good dodge. Now, I guess we just have to hope that Geese can kill this guy. Geese? 80% times 2? Just don't get hit. Oh, yeah. Prove your worth. That's exactly what we need. Okay, now with 2 archers, I'm not too worried. Yes, my lord. I'm still not sure if we're actually going fast enough. Wow, this guy. Okay. Oh look! Someone that looks a lot like Shani. Who has a Pegasus. Now, there is a bonus on this map for not losing any of these heroes' allied soldiers. So if you're really careful, you can get some bonus prizes if you keep everyone alive. Well, you can probably guess who Tate's sister is. But I wonder who Echidna's sister is. Sorry, that's Echidna, I think. Pretty sure. That's pretty rude. Wow. Told you guys, everyone's terrible in Fire Emblem. We did recruit 1 or 2. Alright, let's see what happens here. Alright, Roy's gonna be fine. Now, the longbow guy could probably hit Lalum, which is a little scary. Alright. So now I need to heal Boars if I want to keep him up there, basically. I'm pretty sure Clarine is mostly safe in the woods. Don't die. Alright. It wouldn't have been enough to kill her anyway. But that is the danger with bringing dancers, is the enemies love to try to kill them. Okay, well, we're going to put a cut in the episode here. I'm not sure if we're doing this map well enough to get all the bonus rewards. Oh, it's not a kitten, it's Klain. Anyway, we need someone to go talk to Klain. We need someone to go talk to Tate whenever she shows up. And we're supposed to be preserving these villages. And I don't know if I'm going to be fast enough, but trying to break down the walls, we're trying to do it all. Anyway, thanks for watching, folks. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for some more of Chapter 11, I think. See ya.